Hello everybody, Parshas Noso, already a week since Shavuos has gone by. Just wanted to share a beautiful idea with us, after counting for 7 weeks from Pesach till Shavuos, the build-up till the peak, to the pinnacle, to receive the Torah, and then finally Shavuos. Then what happens after Shavuos? What's going to be? Suddenly we just go roll back down the mountain and carry on with life. So what do we do to keep inspired? What's the message? What's the avodah? What should we be doing now? And we're told that this Shabbos especially is Yakarhi Mibninin. It's more beautiful than pearls, more higher and loftier than the Kohen Gadol entering the Holy of Holies, Nifnai v'Nifnim. So what can we do? Here's a beautiful idea that I heard from a good friend of mine, Mr. Howard Turner, a good friend of mine from Hampstead, who specializes, a special hobby of his is Gematria. I want to share an idea with you on this week's Parsha. This week's Sedra Noso is the longest Sedra in Pesukim. There's 176 verses, Pesukim, in this week's Sedra. And it's very interesting. Let's talk about this number, 176. But before we do, it's interesting to point out that the longest kapitel in Tehillim, the longest psalm, is Kuf Yud Tes. 119, chapter 119, is the longest chapter in Tehillim, containing, guess? Yes, you're right, 176 Pesukim. And then, what is the longest tractate, the longest Gemara in Shas? In pages, it's Baba Basra. How many pages? Yes, 176 pages. So you see the number 176 represents perfection, maximum, longest parsha, longest Tehillim, longest Masechta of Torah Shabbal Peh. What's the significance of 176, the number? Well, there's a few ideas. The full essence and the power of Torah is expressed through the Aleph base. That's the ingredients of Torah. The Torah is made up of the Aleph base, the 22 letters of Aleph base. So if you take those 22 letters of Aleph base and you divide them into 176, then what number do you actually get? You get the number 8. 8 times 22 is 176. Now what's special about number 8? Number 8 is also something unique and special. So 22 is the whole completion, an expression of the power of the ingredients of Torah, times 8, which is the supernatural, 7 days of the week, 7 days of creation. That's the physical world. 8 is the supernatural, the miraculous of Hanukkah, above nature. And that's the power of Torah. So Torah is 22, full expression of the words of the Torah, times 8, the words of the supernatural. And then you get 176. That's what the 176 verses of the Sedra of Noso are telling us about, the beauty of Torah, the power of Torah, the completion of Torah. But we haven't finished yet. Also, if we think about the number 10, as we know, also is an expression of completion. We know the world was created with 10 utterances, Asar Memoros. We know about the 10 commandments, the Aseret Dibros, which are given in Har Sinai, the completion, number 10. Well, if you look in the whole of Scripture, the whole of Tanakh, which contains 304,901 words in Tanakh, if you search there for the word Eser, for the word 10, it appears 176 times. So 176 times the word 10 appears. Another expression of completeness, the link of completeness to the Torah, thus revealing a further dimension, a link to perfection. So here we have it, an amazing thing. Here's the message we should take this week. Don't lose the inspiration of Shavuos. Keep it with us, and as we read through the Sedra of 176 Pesukim in this week's Sedra, and we realize the full power and the essence of Torah through the 22 letters of the Aleph base and the supernatural 8 above nature. It's a reminder to us of the awesome beauty of the divine gift that Hashem gave us on Shavuos. Just looking at a short number to illustrate this message, the power of Torah. So let's utilize this gift which Hashem has given us of Torah, and let's keep the hashpos, the energy of Shavuos, which Hashem gave us on Torah. How do we do that? By learning Torah, take the inspiration, and let's just keep going with extra passion. And there's so many things around us. We learn from the parsha of the Nozir. We see the Nozir, he takes on to separate himself from wine. Now you might think that's a big deal, but actually he didn't fast. He doesn't fast for a day or for a week or a year. He just separates himself from one thing, a small thing, wine. And he's called Nezel Akova Roshoi. The crown of godliness is on his head. He's crowned. Why? Because he's separated from one thing. And the same thing is about the small things. So we all know the Yitzhak pushes us to waste our time. There's so much time to waste our time with, to fill our minds with, to use our eyes, and to hear and listen to. There's a lot of Narishkeit, and they say in Yiddish. But if we take the effort in a small way to each one of us to push ourselves an extra few minutes to learn Torah, to read the Parsha, learn an extra Mishnah, to learn a bit of Gemara, whatever it is, to read a book on philosophy, to read an article, instead of wasting our life and wasting so much of our time, then we can become like a Nazir in that small action. By taking something small, we keep the power, the energy and the inspiration of Shavuos with us and receive the crown of the Nazir in our heads. Wish you well and have a great Shabbos. Missing you all. Shabbat Shalom u'Muvarach.